The Chargers have released Joey Bosa. End of an era for that franchise. He is the last San Diego Charger, which makes me feel really old, but the last man standing from the 2016 San Diego Chargers. And it's wild to think about this being his 10th year in the league, but that's where we are. Joey Bosa has a chance to play a few more years in the league for sure. Whether or not he'd be a full-time guy, I don't know that. The Chargers obviously have some depth at the edge positions. The release of Joey Bosa makes you wonder where they stand right now with Khalil Mack, who's going to be a free agent. So that's obviously an open question. But I think seeing what Bosa's impact was there over the years, certainly, I think he's probably a team Hall of Famer, and was a great player when he was at his peak. But he was hurt a lot. And so as he goes to the market, that's where the question is like, do you project him as a guy you're going to be able to get 8 games out of? You're going to be able to get 12 games out of? Are you going to be able to find a way to keep him healthy the whole year? And this isn't a guy who does the wrong things. That's the other part of it, is that this is a guy who has his own trainer. Like, he has hired his own trainer, his own staff. He does everything that he can to keep himself in the best position to stay healthy. And he's still been banged up. So it's sort of part of the equation with him, no matter how you slice it. And that's why I think the most likely scenario for Joey is probably going and chasing a championship with a team that's going to put him in a rotation. And that's where the idea of him going back and playing with his brother in San Francisco makes all the sense in the world. So that's something, you certainly could look at. You could see that happening. I think there are a couple other teams that make some sense. Anthony Lynn was his first pro coach. And Anthony Lynn's in Washington now. The Commanders need edge rushers. So Anthony Lynn could give Dan Quinn good background on Joey Bosa, what Joey Bosa is all about. Could the Commanders be a possibility? Brandon Staley is now with the Saints. If Brandon Staley and the Saints are looking for somebody to carry the torch for him, that could be a landing spot for Joey. And then there's Mike Vrabel, who was Joey Bosa's position coach at Ohio State. They've got a very strong relationship. Could Joey Bosa wind up going to the Patriots? There will be some suitors out there for him, but I think the one we're all kind of keeping an eye on is whether or not he winds up going and playing with his brother in San Francisco.